Hello everyone, my name is Chip Crotts and I am Director of Jazz Studies and Assistant Director of Athletic Bands at Georgia Tech in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm also a Bach trumpet artist and consumer clinician. I'm excited to present today for ITG's Listen and Learn virtual conference. I want to thank Grant and Aaron for the invitation. Today I'm going to be talking briefly about the marching arts. Probably like many of you, we got our starts in high school band, marching band, for myself, ultimately in the drum and bugle corps activity. And I know for me, I would not be where I am in terms of my teaching and my performing without the things I learned in the activity. So I want to talk to you today and demonstrate a little bit of what we do, the professional level of skills that we teach, that we instill, that we're trying to inspire in our students, and realize that those students you have that are going to be performers, especially the students you have that are going to be music educators, the opportunities presented in the drum corps activity are extremely high, extremely professional. So let's dig in. One of the main things that we focus on right away is the breathing process. You have to understand breathing. You have to understand how the body works to be a very efficient brass player. And that's a term we're going to talk a lot about in the next 10 minutes. Efficiency in everything we do. As a professional trumpet player, efficiency in the breath, efficiency in dynamics, efficiency in articulation, efficiency in phrasing, so on and so forth. So this is highly stressed. So we do a lot of breathing exercises. You're probably going to see parallels between the teachings of Arnold Jacobs, also things from the Breathing Gem, Sam Pilafi and Pat Sheridan. Typically every day we're doing 15 to 20 minutes of breathing exercises under 3 modes: stretches, flow exercises, and therapies. So let me give you kind of a simple stretch. One of the things we might do are some basic trunk twists. Thinking about breathing low, because as high brass players, we naturally breathe high. So we want to get the breathing lower so they're getting more open, rich breaths. That makes a huge difference from day one in our trumpet playing and the quality of the sound being more open, more resonant, less tinny, less high, less nasally. So we're going to move around. We might even say the word oh, whoa, just to get everything opened up a little bit. We might shake our hands out a little bit, get some things working. Again, these are stretches. We might do some things to stretch our neck out, our upper body. Again, the entire time focusing on relaxed breaths in and out. It's a great way to start the day. It's a great way to work on maintaining relaxation. It's a great way to get the mind calm and set. The second set of breathing things we do after the stretches are flow exercises. These simply teach us how much air we need to use to play our brass instruments. I'm a believer that to play the trumpet, it's always a balance of air and muscular support. We don't want too much tension. We don't want not enough support. We always have to find that balance of the correct amount of airflow and realizing how much air it really takes to get a great quality resonant sound on the trumpet. So we do some basic flow exercises. It could be something simple as breathe in for 8 counts. We focus a lot on the inhale and the exhale, because as we know, that's where things begin to break down with trumpet players. We get that hitch in the neck, we create tension, we stop the air, we don't have that circular smooth motion. There are millions of ways you can do flow exercises. If we're working on very high level dynamics, then we might move more air and make them check out their body, look in a mirror. Are they creating tension when they play louder? We know that's another troubleshooting thing we do with brass players, especially trumpet players. We have the most physical brass instrument. We tend to play with more tension as we play louder. We want to get rid of that tension in our teaching and our playing. So flow exercises are really important. The third set of exercises we do, we call therapies. Therapies simply help us overtrain. It makes us work harder away from the instrument, so when we do play the instrument, it's more relaxed and more efficient. So a simple therapy might be something we call fight for air. Inhale in the back of your palm. Nice big breath in. Nice sigh. So again, we're trying to find ways to create tension, to know how to play without tension, to create resistance, to know how to play without resistance. Every brass instrument has resistance, none more so than the trumpet. So we want to learn how to maneuver through that resistance. Breathing exercises are a prime focal point of training in the drum and bugle corps activity and the marching activity, given the nature of the dynamic requirements outside. Okay, one more overtraining exercise I want to teach you is the balloons. You can see orchestral brass players doing these even today. The balloon is a naturally built overtraining tool because the stem creates resistance, so we can have a little bit of that blowback, which teaches you how to support but not use tension. And we also can use balloons to help us teach dynamics. So, simple exercise. The first few times your students do the training through the balloons, they're going to notice that resistance. They're going to learn how to blow through that resistance by engaging the core and the support. Now, we're not trying to create tension. We're trying to create engagement of the body and support. That helps us get a very present We all know how important great breath attacks can be to beautiful beginnings of phrases. We're working on those same kind of concepts outdoors. So this may be 15, 20, 25 minutes a day. The next thing we go into are tone exercises. We do a lot of work on what I think of as resonance. These are vocal concepts where we play a tone, a nice concert F, we're trying to get our body to resonate. We have some resonating spots we check. We're trying to really get this vibration because our trumpet is the amplifier. Our bodies are the instrument. The more we learn to resonate, or the lack of resonance in the body, that can really dictate how rich, how full your tone is, or how small and unsupported the tone is. We do a lot of these with drones very often because to play in tune, you have to hear what in tune sounds like. Singing, humming, buzzing, playing tones, matching with the drone is an everyday part of the activity, and I think we can all agree is something that we really focus on at the highest level of trumpet playing. A lot of tonal exercises. From a fundamental standpoint, we run the gamut of techniques. We do variety of articulation models, variety of accent styles. We have some fantastic arrangers in our activity. People like Michael Klesch, J.D. Shaw, John Meehan, many others. They write very, very musical books, very specific approaches to technique. So we have to teach 6, 7, 8 different types of articulations, 5 to 6 different types of accents, the very same things we might focus on if we are a professional orchestral brass player. In terms of flexibility, a wide range of flexibility exercises across the horn, high to low, whether we're doing tubas at the same range as trumpet, we're trying to extend their technical capability. One of the things I like to do a lot of are what I call combined exercises. We take singular techniques, tonguing, slur, we combine them. A great example might be the work we do in the practical studies book, the Goldman. Or those techniques that actually are much more musical than just playing a long tone, just playing a lip slur, just playing a single articulation exercise on a middle F, concert F, or a concert B flat. Also, dynamics, tuning. We do a lot of things with dynamic training, which again, the balloon really helps us maneuver. We do a lot of things in terms of listening, not just on concert F and tuning, but tuning chords. We do a lot of work with just tuning, hearing how to get chords to ring. Again, going back to this understanding of a balance at times of melody and harmony. We do a lot of things that are very similar to how chamber brass groups work at the professional level. Balancing in your instrument, balancing across the brass ensemble. Knowing when you have melody, knowing when you have harmony, how you balance in an ensemble, how you get certain chord tones, what part you have to ring. Same things that we do in a professional brass ensemble, we're doing with the students. So the last few benefits I want to talk about are from a holistic standpoint what we get. the physical benefits of the activity. The students are getting in shape, they're exercising, they're performing 6 to 8 hours a day, an hour to 2 hours a day of fundamental practice. That only improves, their ability to just become more second nature with tone and with the flexibility and all the technical exercises. The performance level, they are doing the same show a lot of the time, but no different than a Broadway musician might do. They have to perform a show every night at a very, very high level with very minimal margin of error. It's a really important skill, and that's all that we focus on as a high-level musician. Show up, whatever you have to play, you have to do at a very high level. The discipline required in the activity, the dedication the students have. There's so many amazing benefits. For me, as someone who navigates yearly and daily between playing professionally, teaching students, working in the marching activity, the parallels between them are so clear. There's so many wonderful teachers and performers that teach in the drum and bugle corps activity now that your students are going to get an incredible experience working with those performers and those educators and learn the same type of skills that we would expect at the professional level. So in conclusion, I hope your students that are interested in the activity will join us in the future. I hope you can see there are a lot of great things that we do in the activity, and perhaps to dispel any of the negative myths about the drum and bugle corps activity and the marching activity in general. There are tremendous benefits. They helped me throughout my entire career, and I think any students that are going to be teachers and educators should work through this. Thanks so much. Have a great day. We'll talk to you again soon.